and Love Motivations. I'm Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and your life coach motivator. Welcome to this week's post. Now, this week we are going to be discussing the emotional triggers that delay your progress in your soul transformation. And it's very vitally important for you to understand that it's a part of the major components that are a part of you mastering your soul, which leads to transformation. The first few episodes, we touched on the mind and overcoming the battlefield in your mind by understanding exactly how that works and how to remove all of the debris and decide to move and to transform your life. Now we're talking about your emotions. These are triggers that can either push you closer to soul transformation or take you even further back. So that's what we're talking about today. And some of the emotions that really stuck out that I really have experienced and have had experiences in those areas are anger, bitterness, and fear. So what causes these emotional triggers? I honestly believe, and this is just my theory, but I honestly believe that is based on something that has not been uprooted in your spirit, that has not been cleared away by you participating and taking part in forgiving yourself and others, understanding somewhat on what has occurred and allowing yourself to move on and to let go. See, that's one of the things we're prone to hold on to stuff, you know. And just recently I just had to get a new phone, and I was I didn't want to. I was very reluctant, and the thing literally had to die for me to actually go in and upgrade, you know. And I'm telling you that when you learn to let go of the things that no longer serve you, that no longer bring value to your life, and those are those emotions that drain you spiritually, anger, bitterness, jealousy, they're all stemming from fear. Fear is feeding all of these emotions. When you are operating in fear, you're prone to be angry, envious, jealous, spiteful, nasty. It brings out that type of behavior because A, you really don't believe in who you are. You think you are. B, you aren't walking in a state of unconditional love towards yourself and your fellow man. And C, you really don't think that there'd be nothing good for you to have. So when you learn to objectively view your life from a different perspective, then you can really start to understand more about who you are and what your design is, and you learn to appreciate it more. What do I mean by that? Because you are viewing your life differently now. You are viewing your life through the eyes of spirit, because spirit wants to show you something about yourself. So if you find yourself becoming angry or envious or jealous of someone, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? When we're all unique. We're all uniquely designed by our wonderful God creator, right? We have all these wonderful qualities and aspects about ourselves that make us like none other, right? And we have to come to terms with that and really believe that and hold on to that, because once you understand that you are you and that there is no one like you and there is no one that will ever be you, then you could start to operate from a place of sincerity and a place of authenticity. Anger, bitterness, jealousy, These are wasted emotions. Replace those emotions with peace, love, and joy, kindness. That feeling, right? You have this feeling, and you know, it takes practice, and that's why it's so important that you participate in the clearing away and the rebuilding phases, these tasks, so that you can work your way into finally addressing these issues within yourself. And what these videos are, these are videos to help mitigate certain issues that may pop up. You have a plan. And when you have a plan in life, you can go as far as you want to go. But you have to plan. So this is a part of your planning process to be transformed for good and for sure, right? So ask yourself, why am I angry? Because when you get right down to it, loves, it's always something within you. It has nothing to do with the players, the characters in your play called life. It has nothing to do with them. It really is about you. And when you start to really come to terms with that and come to that realization, then you can really start to rebuild and reimagine and redesign yourself for the better. Anger, bitterness, fear, all stemming from fear. What triggers those, though? Okay. And you know, this is so interesting, because when you have that deep rooted in your soul, guess what? You are going to create moments to trigger that. And why does that happen? Because Spirit is trying to show you this is what you need to work on. This is what you need to improve upon. These are the areas within you that require improvement. And until you accept it and stop passing the blame on everyone else, I just come back from spending time with my family in Mississippi, and this realization occurred to me. When you learn to work your own mess out in your life and stop being focused on someone else's, clear it out, work it out, come to terms with it, you know, come to Jesus meeting with you, right? And learn to realize, okay, these are the areas I need to improve on. So now, Holy Spirit, I'm asking you to lead me and guide me and provide to me the resources. And I will do my part in working my own out. You work that out. And then when you do that, you are operating your authenticity and your uniqueness. And that's what makes you attractive. That's what makes all the things that you have been desiring and imagining for yourself, you start to draw it to you. Your whole world will change. The characters will change, because they'll be operating and reading from a script that you had written in your meditation and visualization process. I'm telling you the truth. Start imagining the life you want to have, including the characters, those bit players in your play called life. Start imagining how you want them to respond to you, you know, instead of them being judgmental or critical. That's all just a reflection of what's going on in you. So when you start to speak well of yourself and encourage yourself and you raise that vibration, you become attractive, and you start attracting those things in people and places and opportunities to help design and scope out what you have been imagining for yourself. But in order to do that, you've got to work your own mess out. You've got to work it out. Stop blaming everybody. Work your own out. And then once you do that, you will become attractive. And you won't have to be begging and pleading God to send you this and help you with that. You will start to realize the power that He gave you before you entered this earth plane. And then you will become a force to be reckoned. Jesus knew that. So, my loves, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. It's 2017, soul transformation year. This time next year, I want to hear responses from you, letting me know that, hey, I was this, but now I am this, because I have been transformed for good and for sure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, we are going to be discussing your will. Your will. We're going to talk on your will, and we're going to really understand about how certain things will add fuel and give you that willpower, that power to keep pushing through the final stages of your soul transformation process. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited for all of you for this year because things are afoot and they're all good, but only if you've been doing the work. Thank you guys again. And remember, stay in love.